and a light flashing.
Right, I can understand.
3 of those,
Yeah.
actually be 4.
Right,
Then in the bathroom, it's just gonna have a light, because if you're in a little bathroom, you don't want a thing blaring you
Right.
while you're,
Right.
washing your hands.
right,
Then outside, it's an outside strobe, it's gonna be a weatherproof plastic box, and it'll flash, and then what we do is, usually they want a red, so we buy these little lens covers, we just stick it over it.
right, right.
Yeah.
So,
That's all included.
That's included.
Now, the only thing that we didn't even talk about is whether you're gonna require a Knox box.
Well,
You know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have one right over here.
Was it
Doesn't
400,
balance.
400 bucks?
anybody,
You get the little surface mount, put up at it, what, 300, 280? I think they're about 280.
I'm seeing the new price list, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I think
they're
about
around
$380.
$300.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad.
the one we bought here was $300-400.
It all depends on the size.
That's the smallest one you can get right now.
Yeah, yeah.
400. Now, why are you gonna need that?
Because there's an alarm system in the building, so if we have an alarm activation, we need to be able to get in.
I always see these firemen carrying axes.
Yeah, but then, okay, so,
It's expensive when you.
yeah, but you know what's gonna happen, you guys are gonna go, yahoo, we can use the axe, they're gonna chop the crap out of the door, and then they're gonna give them a bill for a new door. He's gonna say, remember that Knox box for 300 bucks?
Those exterior grade doors are about $1,000.
I know. Ah, don't get the Knox box, Mr. V.
Okay, so,
Alright, do you get any questions?
Yeah, no, I'm good, no, fine.
Seems like you're covering pretty much everything.
Yeah, I forget it.
Right?
Yeah,
I can't think of anything. That's
Now,
it.
don't forget, that whole building, even with that lower price, it's all in pipe. The only thing that's not gonna be in pipe is 6 running down that bigger section.
for the old building.
Yeah.
The old building has an attic, the new
Right.
addition doesn't have an attic.
Right.
But all the verticals, like, say the pull station's here, it's gonna be pipe, and then it's gonna go right up to the ceiling.
Okay. So we all set on the
Yep.
highway?
Good.
Okay, so now we'll go to the
town
town
office.
office, this
Yeah.
building. What do you got for us?
Okay, for this building, talk to me about it, there's all kinds of.
Okay, I just wanna let you know.
Oh, sorry.
If I'm correct here, you probably can make an exception, but usually over 5,000 we have to go for bid.
No, 10,000,
Oh, it is?
10,
5,000 we have to do what?
3 quotes.
Phone calls.
Yeah, but you're way under
But in
that.
this case, I think we could waive that because
You're different.
he's the supplier for all the
Other
other. It
buildings.
wouldn't make too much sense to
Yeah, but
have.
you're gonna make different checks. You're gonna make a check out to me, or All Star Security, you'll make one out to,
No, I'm
LSJ.
saying you're the existing contract.
Oh,
For the other
oh.
buildings, yeah,
Right.
I
Yeah,
agree.
'cause
Yeah.
there are exceptions to it.
Oh.
And I would argue that, you know, whereas we have one company now that does the
Yeah, you
other.
don't wanna have 5 companies, yeah.
Well, the good news, I'm very consistent. Every building I've ever done, you pay the same. As far as the equipment, I never play games and mark it up and all that.
No, I'm talking about the
So,
installation.
no, okay, I just want you to know
Well,
that.
let's talk on that just a bit. What's the difference between your annual monitoring for the highway for 288 when all the others have been 160?
Okay, well, first of all, that's partially correct. When I first started working with you guys, the previous police chief called me, because I was referred to you guys by the town of Goffstown. I was referred to, by Bobby Brown, who's now the chief in Goffstown, and they had a burglar alarm that was in the police department, not the fire department, just the police department, because it's not a 24-hour department, and they were paying over $500 a year. When I had a bunch of buildings in Goffstown, when that chief, before he retired, French.
French was cheap,
Yeah.
yeah. but,
He said, how much would you charge us to do a bunch of Goffstown buildings? So I pulled it out of my pocket, and I threw $168 flat per building. So when he called me, I said, oh, hey, what do I care, it's a town. So that's how we started, but that was just for security, okay? And then what happened was, Woody decided he wanted to do his, and I said, okay, 168, and we did the same thing with the library. Because if you remember correctly, the fire department, the fire system at the library and the fire system at the fire department, which we thought was only the fire department, ended up being the whole building, they were going to Concord Dispatch. But they didn't want to keep you guys really, but it was like, well, they're here, we'll have to keep them, and hopefully they'll go away, whatever. And so over the last couple of years, what we decided, or when I worked with the chief on it, we put in a real panel with a real communicator, and It's, my normal price for a standalone commercial fire alarm is different because it sends a test signal every day it sends a test. Burglar alarms, you get a 30-day test, that's part of the package. So, but I have combo systems where the guy has, like Woody, has a security system, but he's got some fire built in, and that's what would be here. The other two buildings don't have that, they're separate individual systems. So what I prepared to do for you guys was my normal price for a standalone fire is $288, because I gotta pay every day for that test, it's $60 a year for me. And you normally would get the $168. So what I was offering you was for the police and fire combo, which is two systems, and the same thing for the library, would be $396. So $288 for the fire, but only $108 for the security instead of $168. Okay?
290 and 108?
No, $288,
288, yeah.
because they're two separate systems in the same building.
Uh,
But then I talked to Woody the other day, and I says, oh, what the hell, I'll never get rich. So I told him what I probably would do, if you do the highway garage in this building, I will even go from $288 to $228 and $108. You get it? So that's a pretty good deal. So that would be for two systems though. So in other words, because there's two systems in the library, and there's two separate systems in the police fire, they would each be $228 for the fire and $108 for the security. So that, whatever that adds up to.
How much, two?
$228,
228 and 108.
right.
228 twice and 108.
Well, yeah, you have to go per building, yeah.
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 So $228 and $108.
So that's 336.
Right, and I normally would get $396, so you're saving $60 per building
Yeah,
there.
we have to figure this out, because we have to put money in
No,
the budget,
I
and that's
understand.
not what we were budgeting.
Right.
No, but now
So-
you're
so,
asking.
okay, so for the fire and for the safety complex, we'll call it,
Let's call it safety complex, it's gonna be $336.
336.
But I'm trying to explain to you the method to my madness.
Right.
I'm giving up that extra money that I get every day, because the way I look at it, I'm a taxpayer, what the hell, you know?
Okay, and the library,
Same thing.
So that's going up, it was 280,
No, it's going down, it's gonna, instead of $288, I was gonna go, see, if you had a private business someplace and you had a fire and a security, I would charge you $396.
Yeah, but the library
But I'm gonna
never
charge
had
you-
fire before.
right, they only.
No, that's what I was saying, right,
So that's
good
why
point.
it's-
So that's why you have to pay for it now, because before it was that freebie,
okay, this is a yearly charge.
yes, once a year.
Okay, now how about the,
So what is the number for the library?
336?
Same as
It's
the,
also
336.
yeah, 'cause they
336.
each have standalone fire,
Yep,
standalone security.
gotcha.
There you go.
Transfer station?
Transfer station is kind of I really wanna charge you more, but I will leave it at $168. That should be like $192, but forget it.
168,
Yeah.
okay.
Woody just called me and I said, oh yeah, $168.
Okay, how much do this building be?
Well, you're gonna have a combination system if you go with it. You're gonna have a security panel with a keypad, and because you have smoke detectors, that's a combination system, it's not two systems. I would match what I'm doing at the transfer station,
168,
168?
yeah.
Okay.
okay, now,
And then the highway?
And in the real world, I get $228 every day, so
Okay,
it's much.
and the highway?
Just fire.
The highway's gonna be just fine, it's gonna be well, it's not a combo, $288. Cause there's only one system. Yeah.
you're not
You
giving us,
charge a
Alright,
$228.
you're not giving a 228?
Yeah, because it's a two-system deal.
We keep
I'm not gonna, you keep talking, I'm gonna be like breaking even there.
Okay,
But-
228. These are
228,
the
just say
yearly
228,
charges.
228,
Right.
I'll,
On all of these,
I'll have to-
what are the monthly charges?
I'll make it up on Keith Murphy's new building.
There's no monthly. it's
No,
a year.
no, there's
That's
just,
yearly.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is it.
but there's annual inspections.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, there was another,
Well, those are going up. I've been charging you $100 for an annual inspection, and
Right.
all my friends are charging $300, so I'm nuts. So those are gonna be $140.
okay, and who's gonna need that? All the buildings or just some of the?
Well, an approved fire alarm, such as a safety complex, the library, and if you do the highway, those have to be inspected by law
Okay,
annually.
okay,
So those would be $140 each.
Which buildings now?
okay, so.
Safety complex, the library, and the highway.
So that's times 3.
And how about this office?
Well, this office and Woody's,
Right,
You
because they're not,
have been doing his
for $100,
budgeting.
I'll leave it $100 because it's not a separate system, you know, there's no pull stations and all the other stuff. There's less to do, really. I mean, I still test the batteries and all the main component, but you don't have as much stuff. The library really should be a lot more because of, did you ever go upstairs on that rickety, he says, yeah. a
Okay,
ladder.
so 100 for the
You gotta buy a
transfer
pole.
station and
And the
100 for the,
Town office,
Only because you understand they're combination systems, they're not two separate systems.
right,
Okay.
okay, so that's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 620.
Yeah.
Is that what you got?
yep,
I don't know, Lean's doing, she's got the calculator, Ted.
I don't know what this one is.
620 for the annual testing.
So that's 12, 20, 20, 36, 9, 15, 20, 23, 5, 8, 10, 12. So I got 1236 for, what do you call that? Monitoring?
Yep, annual monitoring
Yeah,
fees.
monitoring.
Now, the good news is, all these systems are actually monitored by a, UL Underwriter Labs approved central station in Manchester, it's right on 994 Candia Road. They're 5-step diamond rated or something, they're very, very good, by the way. They do an awesome job.
Okay, so I got 1856.
I thought we had 3 buildings at 336,
Right.
2
No,
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 we
no.
had 2 buildings.
Two buildings at 336, two
Okay.
buildings at 168, and the highway he's gonna do for 228.
Okay.
So I
so it is.
got 1236 for those.
Okay,
And then the inspection is 340 and 2 at 100.
yep,
So I got 620.
620, yep, that's what I have,
So I got a total of 1856.
yep.
So what do we have in the budget then?
I'm asking for more, we are out of money in the budget.
Annual monitoring,
We only had,
168 I see, or did you?
I put 168, so we have to bump that up.
Right.
So I think the police came out of the police budget, right?
No,
Uh-uh.
yeah,
No,
got
for the
rid of
past.
Yes.
in the past, right,
Right, that's
everybody, now we're gonna put them all under
Building,
one,
yeah, town building.
under one account, so,
Oh, so they're not gonna be separated anymore?
no, you can
You
actually.
guys gonna do the library too now?
Yeah,
Okay, the only reason I'm asking you is that was because,
We
does it go to
always,
the library trustees, does it, who pay?
No, it's
you know?
gonna come
no,
to-
she's always forwarding it to me, and-
Well-
but I get it like 5 days later.
Do you want me to still keep
you're
giving
the one
them?
that sent out the bills?
Yes,
Yeah.
but my question is, do you want me to give it to them so they can personally give it to you, or you want me to send it to you guys? from
Send
now
it
on?
to us.
You don't want them to have
No,
copies?
we have a new agreement with the library, and we took over.
Oh, okay.
So you can send her a bill.
A lot of times I'll send it to Woody and then he must give it to you guys, right?
Yes, you don't
You
do
don't wanna
that
do that anymore? So you just send it everything here?
Send it
Send it all
here.
Everything should go to
Just one
1011 School
invoice.
Street.
Yeah,
But just list the
Yeah.
5 different buildings and how
yeah.
much.
Well, I
we
send them you
do.
at different times, cause they all expire at different times.
Yeah, that's fine, just send them here.
That's better for you instead of having them all do it at the same time.
No, it'd be better if you sent them all at
Yeah,
once,
it
one,
would be.
one invoice.
Really?
Yeah, one invoice, one check.
Jesus, I have to think about that. Well, I don't have a problem with that, but they all stop different
Yeah, but
times.
just prorate.
Oh, you say just, but not that easy, you know, you gotta use a calculator when you do that.
Have your
You
wife
see
do
me-
it. Have your wife do it.
No, she stays out of this.
So just prorate.
If she was in it, you'd be paying more.
She's divorced if she was.
Yeah,
She always says to me, how come you don't
just
charge?
prorate so that they all end up being,
Oh, okay, let me think
Two
about
of the
that.
same-
I understand, I'll
Okay.
think about it, alright. That's a lot of work though. The price might go up because of that.
we're making life easier for
Right.
you.
I know,
And he's
and the
gonna
price is
charge
going up,
us
yeah, I
more.
don't get it, less paperwork, less postage,
Alright,
you'll be saving money.
we'll figure it out.
Okay, so 1856.
Hey, I'm half Polish and half French.
You can't
Try to
go up,
think of
you
it.
can't go up now because we got it in the budget, that's all the money
No, I
we
understand,
got.
okay, I'll work on it.
Okay, so now we wanna talk about this building.
Now, this building, that system is from the nineties as well. And, what I propose, I went over a couple of options with Lean earlier. And my personal suggestion is what we do, first of all my fire alarms, I use the same company, Firelight, period. On the security, I've been using DSC, which means nothing, but it's digital security controls. They've been around, well, at least since the early eighties, if not sooner. Unfortunately, they got purchased by Tyco, but anyway. So, what I wanna do is, put a brand new rectangular metal can panel up where the other one is. New transformer, new battery. The only thing that's hardwired is the siren, which we put a new siren. There's a cable that runs down somewhere and there's a keypad in the office.
Can I interrupt you?
That, yes,
Before you would.
Yeah.
Siren, where's the siren now?
it's right next to it, right on the right, that little square,
Okay.
off-white. Is it still white or is it yellowish? Cause it's been here for a while.
No,
That's a
technically
siren.
called a siren, but.
Yeah. It's a siren, S-I-R-E-N, yeah. The transformer is that really brown thing that's got chocolate brown in the middle, 'cause it's probably hot as hell.
Yeah.
That's the transformer that's powering the
Right,
panel.
no, you looked at it.
Yeah, a while ago.
Yeah.
So this is a used one that I use for stuff, but this is the same system that you'd have at the transfer station and the police department and the library. So it'd all be exactly the same keypad, and anybody that has access to any of these buildings, if you guys gave me a list, we could go around and put everybody's codes in all the buildings if you wanted to. So like now, the chief and Lean has a code for the library. So for some reason, if they have to go in there, they can have the same code in any building, instead of having a code for every building.
Do these machines talk to each other, or do you have to
No, they're all
go, you
individual.
have to go and program each machine?
Yeah, well, you can do remote stuff, but,
Yeah.
I did it with them, so, but, see, these are user-friendly, and I want people to know how to do it themselves.
Yep.
Cause if people do stuff for you, you gotta pay for that. So it's very easy, you hit a couple things, you put the codes in, it's alphanumeric display, which means it actually shows you what you're doing, you don't have to guess, okay? And, they all have fire, medical, and police buttons on them, just in case. The proposal for that office is only 2 doors. We're gonna put a motion detector, and the existing smoke detectors that you see right there, there's one there. Those are wireless, and they're only good with the old system. And there's 3 across here, and then 1 in the selectman's office. I think there's 4 altogether, hopefully there's not 5, cause I think there might be one in a safe, huh?
No, there isn't.
There isn't?
I don't think so. No, there's a light in the safe, that's it.
Okay. So, my
Right,
proposal
forward.
was to put the 2 contacts, the motion, the keypad, the panel, and I think I have 4 smokes on there.
You do.
4 hours labor flat. So, but my recommendation to Lean was, instead of putting this on the office side, I put it on the outside in the hallway, okay? It's $50 a piece for the wireless transmitters for doors, and throw 1 motion detector shooting across, okay? Now you have a system for the whole building, and you give me a list, I can divide the building into 2 areas. So you can say, if somebody comes in that door over there, and if they have access to the selectman's office, is that what you call it, selectman's office?
Yeah.
Whoever has access to that, when they punch in their code, it only shuts that off, and this, it has to do both, really. And then what happens is, if somebody comes on this side, their code only does this side, not the select, it's pretty cool. It's just a program thing that I have to do.
Should have
So
a
you-
device in the basement.
Oh yeah, but I did recommend, well, when I first looked at it with you, we
Yeah,
should,
isn't that
you
what,
have no
this one
fire
here?
protection, well, that's what, on the bottom, I gave you individual prices.
Yeah, I've got it numbered.
Right, so if you guys went around and said, okay, we have 3 doors, we have this, you know.
That smoke down here is for basement.
No, that's an individual price that, cause you might add more than one, like, there's a big room back here that has no protection in it, these huge ceilings.
The kitchen and the
No,
town
over
clerk's
here, there's
office?
something over
Right
here, no,
here.
no, no.
Oh, these.
With a big copy.
You don't, yeah, I mean, you have no
Okay.
fire protection in it.
Right.
If you know anything about fire, and here's the guy to verify it, fire, the smoke goes up, and then it fills the entire cavity, and then it has to come down. So if you have a ceiling and the top of the door is 4 feet lower, that means you have to have 4 feet of smoke in there
Right.
before the thing
Right.
comes out and comes way out here.
Okay, so
You'd have to add up how many there are, I don't know.
Okay.
so
They
you're
left that up to you guys.
saying,
Rich,
Yes.
these 4, was there one for the basement?
No,
Did you look downstairs? I thought.
there's none in there.
There was none downstairs?
Oh,
there's nothing in the
When
basement.
you and I looked at it, there was
Right,
nothing
yeah,
in
there's
there.
nothing down there.
Okay.
We looked at that a couple years ago.
Okay, door contact switch, they're 49 each.
Yeah.
And now you're recommending 3 more.
Well, I say you got 1 door there,
Right.
Yeah.
and
plus
those-
the 2 in the front, that's 3. You do have a rear door, I mean,
But you didn't put that one in?
no, I
You
didn't.
have 2 up here and.
That's for
and
your office only, dear.
Yeah, but you got
For my
2,
office?
you got 2 door contact switches.
For the office only.
Right,
So
Okay.
you have to, and I gave you an individual price for doors, so you could say, oh, we have 4 doors, or 3 doors, or whatever.
Okay.
It's times each door. I'm not telling you how many to do, I'm telling you that it's
Okay, no.
$50, $49
but
a
you're
piece.
doing the one to go into the selectman's office from the hallway,
Yeah,
and one for the outside.
not the outside, the glass door that you had, that's it.
Yeah, why,
That's what you have now.
That's what we have right now.
Right, but I recommended to go beyond that.
okay, what I'm saying, we don't need that one. We.
Oh, you can do the outer door,
Do
yes.
the outer
Oh,
door.
yeah, that's still 2 doors, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, so we would need 3 more of those.
Well, that's your decision, because that back door could be part of this system, when I say system, this area. And you could leave the inner door, that's something you guys have to talk about. You know what I mean? In other words,
Yeah, no, we don't
You don't
need
care?
two of those, yeah.
alright. Cause that gives you access to the basement.
We have that, the system in there now has two sensors, one for the door into the office,
And
and
unit
one
door.
into the basement.
Right, and I'm saying we don't need that. If you're gonna put one on the outside door,
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, why do you need another one?
Yeah, we don't need
no,
it.
no, that's still just two, he's got
Yeah.
two contact switches.
No, I know what
He's
she's
saying, why would we need two? I'm saying, instead of putting the contacts on the interior door,
Put it
Right.
on
put
the
it on
outside.
the outside door, and it protects
But
the
then you have to
office.
tell me, but you have to, no, hold on. If you want that outside door to be part of the office, you could do that in the programming, yes.
Right.
I didn't know if you wanted to be part of the office or part of this side.
No, part of the office.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay, all right, so that, we would need to add three of those.
That's it, all you need is three of them.
And the smoke heat detector, that's for the basement,
Yeah,
and you only need one.
well, that's saying how much they are a piece. I'm
Right.
saying,
Right.
you're gonna need one for the basement, and I'm telling you, you might want to
Do
take it.
you want one in this back
That's-
room,
Use your fire
in the
extinguisher.
kitchen, behind the town clerks? That
Hmm.
doesn't have one in there either. So
That's something you have to, I would,
It sounds like we need 3 or 4.
I would refer to the chief, let him go take a snoop with you, and he can make his recommendation.
So you have four.
Yes, for now, with that price, that's correct.
One in the selectman's office.
And the three that you have,
That's current.
that's current. I'm just
There's
replacing the
three-
current.
There's three here now?
Yeah,
One
Okay.
town clerk, 2 here, 1.
I'm gonna have to go look at that damn safe, you know, I thought. Well, whatever, we can look at that.
There's a burglar alarm in there, right? These-
No, there's nothing.
it's a
in here.
telephone line
Telephone.
for
It's
911.
Yeah.
Then you lock yourself in, you can't get out.
Okay, I guess let me go this way. What would you recommend for smoke and heat detectors?
Well, I would definitely put one downstairs,
Right.
and that big, huge copy room, I definitely would
Right.
put one in there. And
Okay.
then I would defer to the chief, that maybe we could take a look at it together, cause we haven't done that, I haven't looked at this building with him at all.
Alright,
He's the guy that responds to the fires more than I do, so.
Can you think of any other place you'd put one?
I just have to look at the,
Yeah,
a
we-
lot bears on the square footage,
Right.
doors, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with
Yeah,
that one behind
right.
Linda's.
I didn't even know it was there. When I came here recently, when I took a real good look, I said, oh, I didn't know these rooms were out here.
So it sounds like the chief needs to do a locker room.
Right, that's what I'm saying, yeah. I would reserve the final comment till he does that, then he can say, okay, based on what I saw, this is what I would recommend.
oh my
Okay, so
gosh.
for now, we know two more, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
2 more.
yeah. And I recommend a motion detector only because you got a lot of glass in the building, and if you guys keep these doors open, they're rated at 40 feet. So actually, theoretically, you really would have one there and one over here in case you close that door. They can't see through solid objects.
One in this corner here?
No, I can't, you get all that electrical
Where would you put
nonsense.
it?
Well, probably, to the left of the exit light or something like that, it does fingers like this.
And
You wanna put it next to something that's gonna give it a
And then
problem.
where would you put the other one?
Well, because you got another whole hallway down there, this
Right.
whole building's pretty long,
Right,
so you probably should have one on each side. Sometimes you put them back to back, but I don't wanna look at that glass, so I would probably put it this way.
okay, so two of those.
Yeah, I mean, that way there, at least when you guys set the alarm at night and everybody goes home, if somebody decided to pay you a visit through a window or whatever, the motion detectors are gonna pretty, you know, they'll hopefully stop anybody from going that way. I don't know, I don't remember if there's any windows in the back.
Just that door, right?
Yeah, there's windows in the
There's
back,
windows in the back.
in the back room.
But the switch that we put on the door, you can put on windows. I'm not saying you want to, I'm just saying you can. Because they're all wireless.
And the panic button?
Oh, I brought this just to show you. This is kind of a cool thing. This is for people to put the system on and off without having to go to the keypad, but it also has a panic on it. So it's a dual purpose. These are wireless. They'll work anywhere on the property, actually. They have a 1,000-foot line of sight, which means it's, you know, nothing in between, but. This is a panic and a fob. Some people call it a key fob. The library has one of these, by the way, underneath her desk. So a lot of places try to put them, towns or lawyers' offices or, you know, whatever. They have disgruntled constituents, is that the word?
Customers.
So what happens is you can put this on a key ring, and there's a picture of a person in a little building that's staying, I mean just your perimeters on. So let's say, you guys, somebody, could be anybody, but somebody wants to work late in the building, they're not open for business, but they wanna secure it. So if you press the stay button, or you do it at the keypad, your perimeter is secure, doors and or any windows. The motions are still on, but they're not doing anything because you're saying, hey, you're not working now. And then when they leave, they do the away. So stay away, and then you shut it off. So you wouldn't have to go to the keypad, you just do one of these. These are $49, and they also have a panic button on the bottom. I don't know why it's a red bell, but it's actually police panic. It's silent. You have to hold it for 2 to 3 seconds, and next thing you know, there's a cruiser in the yard. They don't call you, they send them. So instead of buying a panic button that just does panic,
Which is
you
what
could
we
use
have now.
these, and they're $49, and they come in a little clip if you wanna carry it around. Some people put them on a key ring, some people clip the thing and put over their visor in their car. If you guys wanna see them. They come in a little, 3-volt, lithium battery.
What do you mean, no gizmo? Yeah, but I can't see till I put my glasses on.
Yeah, then-
Push them all.
Well, you know what's nice about those? If you push them, they don't work. You have to hold it. Just like on a keyboard. You push all the buttons, oh, what's this? Nothing happens. You have to physically hold it. Two batteries, I'm sorry. There's 2 little
Chief,
3-volt
my
batteries.
wife needs one of these.
Yeah.
Now, another thing is, if people use those little remote things to arm it, disarm it, how do you know the alarm's set, right? So in the programming, we can,
Open the door.
No.
It's a caution.
no,
Yeah, I
I
have to put
do, no, I do a squawk, I can toggle the squawk feature, and where that siren is, you could be outside the building, and if you hit the arm, it does one squawk sound, like that, and when you hit it to shut it off, it does it twice. So you could be outside the building, say, let's get the hell out of here, and you hit the away, right, you'll hear, you'll hear it. You'll say, okay, it's on. If you don't hear it, that means maybe, you know, the door's not
I
closed.
didn't hear it.
It's not programmed yet.
So the lights in the building don't blink and the horn doesn't sound.
No,
Just the
the only thing happens is if you press and hold that, the little red light comes on.
That's cool.
Okay,
Okay.
alright,
But they have one of those in the library.
okay.
So would theirs affect this building and
No.
vice versa, separate frequencies?
Yeah, well, they run on the same frequency, but it's a different, it only refers to the receiver within the building. You know
Oh,
what
it
I mean?
does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you're saying on your, price, customer to provide 110 and telephone line.
Yeah, power, there's power there
Which
now.
you already got power.
Yeah, it's got phone line power, you're all set.
Right,
So I gotta put that on there.
Okay, alright. So, are you all set then?
Yes, I am.
Is there any way you two can go and look and see if you would recommend smoke heat detectors in those other 2 locations?
Yeah, you wanna make an appointment?
And so we could, no, you can do
Right
it right now.
I'm just
You
kidding.
got the key?
She's there, right?
They're open. It's open.
Oh, you're open.
Oh, I just thought of something. You just said to me about power and phone line.
Right.
There's one thing that I forgot to mention to you. On all the quotes for the highway garage.
Is there a fee for the?
We're not, well, my guy will say he'll run it, so. I just thought of that. No, the first guy, I said I'll have them, have the phone company run it. But my guy said we'll do it, cause what's gonna happen is, the back of the building that faces all the dirt piles and stuff, the phone line comes in over here, that's right, remember about halfway where that little room is downstairs? So we just have to drill in there, and we're just gonna run open wire right along that shelf to the panel.
Right,
We just thought of that.
okay. So,
Trying to nail you for extra.
2 locations we're looking at, right?
Yep.
Back of
Linda's,
Linda's and where else?
this back room, and then you wanna look in the
Oh,
vault?
I already put that in there.
Okay, so the numbers that are in this 40,000 tally on your building maintenance
Yeah.
includes 1 door switch, 1 smoke, 1 detector, and 4 panic. So I had budgeted, if you look in there, it's $542.
Okay, so we're
So we have
gonna,
to add another 168 if you're getting another smoke and another detector. I think it was
detector is 129.
oh, that one, I thought it was a heat smoke, the 119.
No,
That's
yeah,
a motion. Oh, we're adding another one.
yeah, so we're gonna have to add a 119.
yeah, and then 129,
Yeah, one of those, and how many remote, well, you got one,
297.
so we gotta add three of those, right? So that's 147. And then he had one smoke heat detector and we decided to go two and they're gonna see if we need another one, right?
Yeah,
So, right, we'll wait till they come back, we're almost done.
Good.
Okay.
well, we just spent all that money that I wanted in there. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, so much for your contingency budget there, right?
Mhm.
Well, that's why we're getting the numbers,
Right.
we just have to increase that. Okay. So, now we're all done with the,
Jeez.
okay,
Building, yeah.
yeah. So now we wanna go to the budget and the warrant article?
Yeah, the warrant again. Look at the color, the pretty colored one.
Yep.
Those were comments from the attorney, reviewed our
Wait,
petition
I gotta
warrant
find,
articles.
wait, I gotta find it first.
Should be underneath your agenda in front of you.
Looks like this.
That one.
Yep.
Keep going, I can see it, keep going.
What is this thing?
That was an example of,
Oh, okay,
keep going, right there.
okay, alright.
Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 petition warrant articles. First one is the SB 2.
Yeah,
His response was wanting to know if we had adopted official ballot for voting. If so, then yes, this question should be put on the official ballot, and it needs to be 3/5. So the wording in the black and red is how it will look on the warrant, which is accurate.
So ballot vote is required?
Ballot vote is required for this, and Linda Landry's already confirmed that with me, and that's why you have a copy of that sample ballot in your packet.
No
okay,
kidding.
but this ballot voting, that's gonna be done at town meeting
No,
All day long during
all day
elections.
long,
all day long, okay.
yeah.
So they're gonna have a separate ballot besides,
No.
I
It'd
thought
be at the,
they had two ballots, one for,
no, this is be on the, if you look at the, I sent Lean a copy, one from two
This
thousand and
here
six.
example,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
this.
yeah, I just saw that,
You asked what it was, is it?
yeah.
This thing here? This one?
Yep, yep,
Okay.
that's what the SB 2 is gonna look like.
Oh, okay, so they added at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
But the wording is gonna be different than what you see there
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
it tells you now how to word it
Right,
So SB 2's been on the ballot twice.
twice.
yeah. Oh, twice?
in this town?
2006, 2007.
Wow.
It gets shot down almost 3-1, both years.
Okay, so,
So is so the school has to present theirs the same way?
Correct.
Yes.
That's why I come up tonight to make sure that she knew that.
Okay.
The school would be like, because you're electing school board members, it'd be on that ballot.
Fred, do you know why they're having a separate meeting on the 10th?
You have,
For-
you haven't
we
read your
found that
emails.
out.
Oh, I have not, you're right. Oh, you have an answer on that?
We do.
Okay.
The reason is the timing.
Yeah,
You have to have the public hearing so many days
Oh.
before.
Oh, okay.
the real crux of it is the initial notice that I put to advertise that we were gonna have a budget
Oh,
and
yeah, so
warrant.
we were within our,
We were
window?
exceeding a 30-day period
We were.
You can't,
Oh.
you can't have the public hearing more than 30 days before town meeting.
in notice, yeah.
oh, okay. So we don't have to have a separate meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
But
The
You haven't
public
checked your
hearing
emails.
is more
So we're
than-
gonna have two meetings?
The school is different on the time frame than the town.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I haven't
this
read
is
my
pretty
email,
much
right.
word for word.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah, it just says shall we versus to see if the town will. Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is gonna go on the official ballot. Alright, the next one?
The next one is the tax cap.
Yeah.
Again, I'm waiting for clarification. Linda's following up with the, who's she called? She calls the state,
Secret ballot. From,
the cap, the tax cap.
well, from what you were showing me tonight with that paper, that,
She sees
that's
the-
gonna be at town meeting, and it has to be by secret ballot, according to what I saw with the paperwork. and the polls have to be open for at least an hour
Right.
Okay.
for that.
So I guess my question again to the town attorney, do we put this at the beginning? So that we can
Well-
conduct other business? That's just my last question that I have.
Because you can, while the hour of voting is going on, conduct other business.
Right,
What I usually do is wait till the hour is up before we decide on other business, but we discuss the other articles to
Right.
keep everything moving.
Right.
yeah.
So this doesn't go on the official ballot that you're aware of?
Not the
But you
capital.
don't know for sure yet.
Well, that's the way I read that RSA that was with that.
Yeah, because here his response is the polls should be open for voting on this one for at least an hour. So that to me indicates that it's not an official ballot, but a secret ballot.
Right, as an example, when they wanted to do full-time kindergarten, that was, the polls had to be open for an hour, because it was a bond issue. The polls had to be open for an hour to vote and by a secret ballot, but you can discuss
So
other.
the only, you could only vote on this particular article if you were present at the meeting,
Correct.
town meeting.
Yes,
It wasn't one thing that you went through it during the
Right.
day, course of the day, and voted on.
right,
This is at town meeting.
Okay,
that's the way, my understanding from what he wrote there.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
because he mentions that it being open, public hearing being open for an hour. It would explain that.
but this is not what this says.
He said it should be on a ballot. A
Should be on
ballot could be a
ballot.
little postcard, and it's a secret ballot, it's not an official ballot.
But it says, but a separate ballot than the one used to elect officers.
Right.
Correct, so this is where we have the SB2 and the officers, and then we have the, look, she usually does index cards, and she'll put yes and no on it. And that will be for this to vote on this article. She'll put the number that it applies to, whichever number it is.
Yeah, okay, discussion, so it's gotta be a town meeting.
Yep, yep.
Okay. Alright, go ahead.
And then the next one, you can see that, majority vote is required for, to raise and appropriate sums for, to fund the position of a deputy town clerk. That has to be by majority vote required also.
Okay,
And then the last one is, the unassigned fund balance, again, he said that this is not a valid petition, that there's no authority for an article to take away the power of the board of selectmen or other petition articles containing appropriations to have these appropriations funded by only fund balance. In other words, it is not legal to take away, options of having an appropriated fund by taxation or by fund balance. So we have to, put this on the ballot, but should this pass,
Be on the warrant.
it would not be binding to the town, it would not be, it would be advisory
It wouldn't be
only.
on the ballot, be on the warrant
On the warrant, what did I say?
ballot.
Ballot, I meant warrant, okay. It's going to be on the warrant, we have to put it on the warrant, but even if it passes, it's not gonna be a valid, enforceable
right,
article.
right, but it will just give the selectmen an idea of how the
Right,
voters
How the voters feel.
feel.
Right.
Yep.
Right, that's okay.
but you should also, read the recommendation from the town lawyer of what it means. It's
Yeah.
not legal.
Right.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
explain it, you're
Yeah,
right.
Okay,
So, back on this one up here, this is, we're not obligated, passage of the article does not obligate the town to have
right,
Deputy?
yeah, of course,
a, so even if it passes, you can,
we don't have to.
you don't have to fund it.
really? Okay,
Okay, so these are the
Interesting.
responses, these will come in handy, I know we have our attorney scheduled to be at the town meeting, our retainer.
One
Be
more
there.
question on that, when
Yeah.
it says it's not on the ballot,
Which
Just
one?
Yeah.
no, this is not
This is not a ballot
a
vote.
ballot vote, so meaning it's not a paper ballot, but a hand card.
Right, unless
Gotcha.
somebody makes a motion that they want a
If
ballot
if
vote.
you get 5 registered voters that ask for a secret ballot, then it has to be a secret ballot, but not on the official ballot.
Gotcha, alright, understood.
Okay. Is he coming back?
Must have run the little boy's room.
He's on his way.
Okay. Alright, let's hold off, cause this is one page, so we're all set with this, right?
Yeah, so this.
So when are we having our public hearings here, cause now I wanna check my calendar.
Next Thursday,
And what about the one for the SB2 thing?
it's the 11th, Thursday,
Okay, and where are we doing that at?
here, and
Okay.
it actually coincides with the school. The school has their public hearing on
It is.
Wednesday,
Yeah,
the third, we have ours on the fourth. They
okay,
have theirs on the tenth, we have ours on the eleventh.
okay, got it. So that's a regular meeting night anyway for us,
Yep,
so it's not a
yep.
problem. Okay,
Okay, we'll
Thank you.
interrupt this for a minute, so what did you decide?
Well, there is one in the safe.
There is?
There is
Yep.
$20, I told you, right?
No.
I thought it was 25.
Is
I
it
heard that.
hardwired? That's why I've never
25.
had to replace the battery in it, I don't think.
Well, it's same as these,
Okay.
same as these.
Yeah, but you know what that could mean?
But anyways, those are the four in the existing in the
Yeah, I
building.
would think that would be a good place to
No,
have one,
exactly.
where all, who
No,
knows where all
records.
the town records are,
So you got the safe,
right?
selectman's office, town clerk's office, and here, that's the four.
Okay.
So we're recommending a fifth in the planning office. Yeah,
The copying, the big
yeah,
copy.
we're gonna call it this.
So that's,
You got a refrigerator in there and a copier
yeah,
and
plus
okay,
microwave,
so that-
and one in the basement.
that's 6.
Six smoke,
So you added 2 in other words.
Two, yes.
We're adding two.
and because of the size of the bathroom,
Where's my one in there?
no, the bathroom, but they don't put smokes in bathrooms, they put heat detector.
I would put a heat detector, a regular hardwired heat,
Heat.
$20, and I could hardwire it, believe it or not, to one of those little $49 transmitters. So I turn it into a wireless device in other words.
Okay, let's not, you're getting ahead of me now. So we had 4 listed as in the contract.
That's what you
Yeah.
have
So we're
existing.
gonna add
Yep.
2,
And
Yep.
one in the basement,
right?
and one in that, whatever
Okay,
you
so
call
that's
it.
another 238, okay. And now you're talking about,
Well, the bathroom's
The
wicked
bathroom.
big. It's got a heater, some kind of heater
That's
thing in
No
there.
hot water,
Hot water
Hot
heater.
water, plus a
plus
baseboard.
yeah. Should have some
You're
device.
supposed to, if you put a smoke heat detector, you see how much they are, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's to save money, in most buildings, you don't put a smoke in a bathroom, must be because if they run out of water, I don't know. So we put a heat, they don't really make a wireless heat, so what I do is I take a conventional heat detector and I hardwire it to a nice little transmitter, the transmitter makes it wireless, is what I'm getting at.
okay,
So instead of 100, whatever the heck it is, it's $20 plus 49, it's $69.
69 for a thingamajig.
For heat, what did he say?
Same as
Technical.
Okay,
Yeah, whatever.
so we got 27, 34, 42, 7, 9, 10, 20.
Got a transmitter.
Alright, another 700.
What was it for wireless smoke? Was it like 119 or something?
Yeah.
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 So if you go to regular heat, it's $20, and then a little transmitter that makes it wireless,
well, you just put a
$69.
smoke in there.
Well, you can put a smoke heater, if he doesn't mind, that's fine with me, I don't care, it's better, but it's pretty clean, it's not like you have a million people going in and out of there,
There's no
right?
shower in there, there's no.
Alright, well,
Yeah,
we'll
it's
put,
nothing pretty.
No,
Dirty.
Right.
talking
Scratch that.
69, time you jerry rig up the
That's fine.
transmitter and
alright.
let's just put a smoke in there.
How much is that?
A dollar,
Not a jerk.
119.
19.
So instead
Yeah,
of
but what he's talking about is 69, so
Well,
what's the
That's
difference?
it, you get,
It's $50.
that's your decision either way. I mean, you
And
can
you're
do
in
either
charge
one.
of the money, he's
Yeah,
only
I know,
making
I
a
know, but
recommendation.
I'm trying to see which,
One detects heat, so if a fire starts in there and it's all full of smoke, the heat detector says, it ain't me, I just do heat.
Don't get hot enough.
Right?
Don't get hot enough.
This one here,
This is
this
a
one
blame-
here,
this is a blame game now, right?
well, I'm trying to make it easy, this one here, the smoke goes in the chambers, holy shit, there's a fire, you know?
Right.
And then there's a heat detector, says, yeah, it's 135 degrees now,
Right.
this is both.
But that's not what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Oh, yes,
No,
John
he
is
is. He
saying
wants to-
yes.
I only use combinations, I don't use
Okay.
just smoke, I use
So
smoke
that's
heat or heat only.
119.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm saying, you get 69 compared to 119,
Right,
but in the
okay.
long run, I think a smoke detector will serve you better in that room than a heat.
Okay,
And
alright.
Lean already owes $25 for the bet, so that's,
27, 42,
It keeps
7,
going
9,
up.
10,
he said 25.
5,
I didn't hear that.
So it's basically
3,
three
4, 5,
additional
6, 7.
smokes.
So 752 we have to add.
Okay, so I actually budgeted 542, so you said 752?
Where's the,
5.
How'd you get that?
Well, I had budgeted 4
Right,
panic
right,
buttons,
right,
1 smoke detector, 1 heat detector, and 2 door contacts. And it came to 542.
Where was
right,
the heat?
42.
And
So
No,
we gotta
remember we were talking
add
heat originally
two-
for the bathroom.
They were
$210.
looking at
Oh,
this, and then they started looking at these extras, and said, oh, maybe we need this, this, and this. So I added to my budget here, which came to $40,479, $542, so now we have to add another 210.
210, right, okay.
We're talking 3 additional smokes, right?
Yep,
Yeah, one for the bathroom, one for the cellar, and one
Yeah,
for.
3 now.
I don't know what you call that room,
Yeah.
but.
So that's,
3 additional contacts, door contact,
oh.
3 smoke heat detectors, 2 motion detectors. Are we adding 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, cause the one, yeah, okay. And 4
Full pants.
panic buttons.
Oh, you
Yeah.
want 4? I didn't
No,
know that,
yeah,
alright.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
going from 1 to 4.
we all have
You
one
didn't
now.
have any.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah, you're right. To 4, yeah, you're right. So 3,
But
3.
you can put them anywhere you want, I'm gonna give you the little box, I'm gonna program, you can carry them, you can stick them with Velcro on their desk, do whatever
Right,
you
that's
want.
usually what they do, I think,
Yeah.
they keep them in their desk.
But they can also use them to put on and off too, that's kinda
Right.
nice.
Yeah, that's different than what we have now. Okay, so you got that?
I think so.
So we're all set?
I hope you guys added it right, cause I didn't take any notes, did you?
It'll be on YouTube, just
Yep.
watch YouTube.
They don't publicize these prices either, Jesus.
Oh,
It'll be
that's
on
too late
YouTube.
now.
Oh, God.
We get all the business.
Can we have a cut version of the meeting?
Uncut.
No, we want a cut meeting, you don't want his prices advertised.
Yeah, but then Tom will give us hell, so it stays uncut then.
I won't be watching it, I lived it.
Yeah? Okay, we're all set? We'll let you know if the budget passes.
No, that's fine,
Okay.
whatever you wanna do.
Well, we wanna
Got
do
the
it.
prices.
We gotta get the approval from the resident.
Residents need to say okay.
Okay, so we're all set.
You don't have any idea, cause the electrician asked me, he says, they don't want this right away, do they? I said, I don't even know if they're gonna do it.
Town meeting,
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
after
it's
March.
March 8th.
March 9th.
Oh, good,
March
alright,
9th.
so it's not.
I'll
we
be
have
on
to worry.
vacation, so I'll let you
Yeah.
know when I get back.
Give me a
You're on vacation March 9th?
I need a vacation.
Not March 9th.
Everybody needs it.
You've already approved.
I don't think we have.
I don't think so.
No, I just want you to know, this
Supposed to
bag,
behave at town meeting.
this bag says home goods, but that's not where this stuff came from.
Everything made in China.
I needed a bag, and my wife said, yeah.
Very lovely.
Yeah.
You're all set? John?
That's my,
Anything else you wanna discuss?
Thank you, John, for your
Attire.
time.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, I hopefully, it'll do what you need. At least you'll have, you know, the way I look at it as town managers, if you put a fire alarm system in the, highway garage, God forbid if there's a problem, at least you've done everything you could possibly do, you
We're
know
talking
what I
about
mean?
this now. You sticking around or?
That's the right thing to do.
Okay, then.
I know you guys can't accept gifts, can I give you a pen? I bought 200, I gotta get rid of them.
As long as they're blank.
I can't get rid of
As
them.
long as they're blank.
Seriously, they're cheap, don't drop them because the cap falls off.
Oh, I can.
Oh,
I'm trying to get rid of them, I really
They
am.
got a whole
Oh
bunch.
boy, those are nice.
No, they're not that
Yeah,
expensive.
except they don't rate.
No, the only reason people like them is got that little rubber thing, you know, like,
Right.
Okay,
anybody else want a pen? I got 2 left.
so,
Alright, have a good night.
Alright, thank you guys,
Okay, so we
ladies.
took
right here.
these four. What do you
Right here.
want?
do we, I will.
You just
do we
throw
it
do
in.
a
What,
budget
200?
one more time?
Yeah.
I still got a whole bunch of
Budget,
Because-
what is the budget?
Oh, no, you can't have this one, I got this one.
And,
That's my custom, I like this one
So
better.
I ran the report,
What's the date on it?
I just printed it this app tonight,
Yeah.
1/28,
What's the hour?
1838.
Okay, so this one?
What budget?
This thing here?
Oh, you got my packet, yeah, I put notes
This
on
one?
it. Did I put notes on the back? Look on the back side, Ted, my writing on the back, you took my,
Wait, you want this?
yeah.
See
the last page?
Oh, right here.
No, he's got my copy, I had put notes.
Oh, you want to see?
Yeah. So, okay.
Let's see what the notes say first.
Remember we were
Oh,
figuring
yeah,
out the
right.
percent increase?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Is this the document we're talking about here?
yep,
Alright,
budget.
gotcha.
So, these are all the numbers that we have been looking at and finalized over the last, I think, 2 months. The one that was still outstanding was the general government building, town building maintenance and improvements, which we've been looking at tonight. The wish list, or actually, in order to get a number, a total bottom line budget, we were down 35,172 without this building improvements. So I plugged that number in, so now it brings us to a flat budget, there's no increase. But, that being said, we were talking about all these additional changes, everything that I've got listed for the different departments, different buildings. That wish list comes to $40,479, so that's short about $4,000, right? 45,172. It's short about $5,300. So I was going to propose adding that 5307, so we have all the funds we need to, that's on the printout for the town building. And then adding a contingency fund and rounding it to 10,000, so that would give us just about $3,700 for incidentals. And right now already, I located in my book, the $500 gas diesel pump inspection, which I missed. We're looking at some numbers tonight that could potentially bring that bottom 40,000 up a little bit, so.
Well, $3,700 or $3,500 is not a lot for contingency in what's the,
If,
historically, what's happened, Lean? Do we have any idea?
well, see, again, these are estimates.
Yeah.
Every now and then we'll get some, we'll do our due diligence and get telephone quotes so we can find something a little bit cheaper, so we'll save some here and there. John Stevens did tell me he's still getting multiple quotes for the parking lot.
Okay.
Occasionally, we've had something in this wish list budget that we feel needs to be maintained or improved, and it doesn't happen because we have other things that come up. So this is just a floating number to try to stay on top of, you know what I don't have in here? Did I add the painting from?
What, from these budget, from these bids here?
The what?
The painting from
Painting.
St.
Yeah, for the
Isn't it?
library and for the town office.
Is
I
it
thought we had it in there last week.
recycling stainless?
No, we didn't.
But I can't tell anymore because you copied the adding tape over.
No, that's, I don't think I have it in there.
Okay, so town office
Because
security.
I hadn't gotten Keith's quotes in here,
You know,
so right there, I've blown the
town
budget.
office building, shingle and chimney flashing, highway department.
Do I have it in there?
and-
Shingles and, maybe I do have it.
Oh, yeah, no, you got it for the highway
Town office
department.
building shingle and chimney flashing, 26, I got that. That was Keith's quote. This one was iffy,
Oh, yeah, this is getting me confusing here.
I'm sorry.
Well, do you have the quote?
I do,
Yeah, it couldn't have been that much just for the shingle and chimney flashing.
that was 2860.
No, not just to repair some shingles and this
Right.
chimney flash.
This one is in there,
I'll
that's
go
the
do it
door.
for that place.
And then library, we had 5,000 for the window,
Yeah,
air conditioning.
that's a
Oh, I got
library.
it in there, okay, I'm sorry,
Yeah, okay.
it's in there.
So that includes the painting,
Right, it does include the painting.
yeah.
That $5,000, library includes the payment.
Yep, I put quotes in parentheses. So I guess my numbers are pretty good, so,
Yeah, the 2860 for the town office, that includes the painting.
yes,
Right,
and the shingle repair,
Right,
That's
one
on
thing
this
I just
building.
noticed. Okay, did, the transfer station quotes, did you add that into this 40,000?
we have the stainless steel countertop right there, yes,
You added that into the quotes,
yes.
okay,
So that's part of the 40,000.
yeah, okay, well, we were,
You decided, no, scrap.
right, we were, well.
But you weren't
discuss
sure
it.
if there was gonna be something else, like a different type of countertop.
Right,
Yeah.
Without
Yeah,
that countertop,
You-
it's
you're right.
4,639, which is what's here.
right, the 2300, we agreed as a select board, we weren't gonna do that,
Okay.
alright, right?
Yes,
I remember
for stainless anyway.
Okay,
Correct.
then I went and talked to Woody about the other repairs he was thinking of doing. And he just did that, cause the guy that got the quote, you know, did
Was
the
there.
job
Yep,
from last year, he's there, so
Yep.
while he was there, he asked him to walk around the building
okay,
and see what,
and that's where he came up with 46, 49.
right. And talking to Woody, he's saying, you know, this was just trying to give the selectmen an idea of what might need to be done,
Okay,
but it doesn't have to be done this year.
exactly, and that's what I was explaining to Tom, that we
Yeah.
get these numbers as a wish list,
Yep.
something that we're paying attention to, that could require some attention,
Right,
and if we put the money there, then we have the money to repair
Yeah,
it.
but I'm not in favor of doing that this year. I mean, we're already up to 40,000.
So right there, if we
Well-
took those two items off, we're reducing it by
Yeah, okay.
7,000. Almost.
so I went there last evening also, and, walked around the building. Woody wasn't there, but, talked with Ed and, Brad and, sure, what's his name, Adam, thank you. And, you know, we looked at some of these things, I had this list with me, and, you know, like that corkboard thing, it's behind a pile of junk now. So, I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer, don't even bother with it, take it down and move it. And if we're gonna, you know, re-put it somewhere, then fine, but I don't think that thing has been used like in a very long time from the looks of it. The corner trim, you know, that's just like a normal maintenance thing. I did notice around where the, you know, where the guys stand there at the window, the trim overhead there was, you know, kinda beat up a bit. Cause I think they took some posts out, when they did, they just kinda hacked it out and, really didn't make it look very nice afterwards, but there's places there where they, you know, where trim could maybe be redone. The garage door on the dock trim, I think that's the one on the end of the building, which I'm not sure that they use it so much. But, more importantly, not on his list, was the garage door that's to the left of the windows. They were showing me how that is binding when you open and close it, and it looks like a couple of the roller things where it mounts to the door are a bit askew. There's a broken window in that door. I would suggest that we, you know, repair it. But that's not on Woody's list. And then, the counter space there where the guys all stand, they were showing me that when customers, come to the window and put their stuff up on that window, they push the bins back and off the table. So, they were looking to maybe have those widened about another 6 or 8 inches,
A
for
deeper-
that purpose.
Deeper
Yeah,
counter?
yeah, deeper, but, and then the surface of the counter itself, what happens there is liquids get spilt on it, the wood absorbs it, stinks, and those guys have to inhale that all day long. So that's where the idea, I think, of a hard surface came from. Some, you know, it's been suggested here that it be stainless steel, but I think any hard, non-porous, you know, durable surface would work, something that might be less expensive. Maybe a Formica top, I don't know, you know, nice granite top would be cool. Kidding.
Granite's brittle.
Yeah, well, soapstone, you know, no, seriously, some sort of a, you know, a non-absorbent type surface so that, you know, wouldn't absorb the liquids that are currently being dumped on there. But other than that, yeah, most of the stuff here, I'm with Ted, I don't know if it really needs to be done, but there's a couple things I think were kind of a priority.
So you wanna put some money in the budget for that?
Well, I would for the, you know, for the,
And we'll talk on the door?
countertop in that door.
Alright, so what's your best guess?
My best guess, I don't know what a door costs, what's it?
Well, I don't think we have to replace the door.
No, it's a repair,
Yeah,
so let's say $500. I
okay,
don't know if that's reasonable or not, but I think it might be.
okay. And how about the countertop?
Countertops, I don't know, I mean, that's a, to rebuild, basically it'd be a rebuild of them.
Why do you have to rebuild?
I'm just guessing that it would be, you know, if you're gonna start cutting lumber and, you know, rebuilding the surface so you can put whatever it is you can put over it, you know, you need a smooth, flat surface. So you know, put whatever, I don't know, a couple sheets of plywood maybe, and then whatever you put for a cover over it. I don't know if you have to tear it apart.
I mean, I would think that you could, my husband had contacted the company in Concord when we needed to have a piece of sheet metal fitted to put underneath our washer and dryer. We had a drain fitted
Yeah,
to the middle,
yeah,
and we had it just custom made, it wasn't anything pretty,
yeah,
it was just a flat.
just a sheet metal flat piece
Yeah,
of,
I mean, that might be cheaper than,
galvanized. Oh, yeah.
a countertop.
yeah, no,
Get a
I'm sure.
piece, you know, something with the round edges.
Yeah, we'd have to have rounded edges on the inside and the outside, so nobody gets snagged on them.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that might be something to look at.
Any idea what you paid for that? I have
It's
a
been-
question from
Yeah.
Mr.
You
Mullin.
might wanna check with Northeastern Sheet Metal,
Yeah,
they do all that stuff.
Is that the one in Concord?
No, next to Goffstown Hardware,
Northeastern?
oh, okay,
because I had some sheet metal custom made for myself, cost me
Yeah.
$20,
oh, yeah,
but that was
Yeah.
for my windowsill,
Yeah.
for my outside window,
sure.
you know.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Maybe Woody could get you the rough dimensions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that might be, you know,
Yeah, make a call.
cheaper.
But yeah, but I would be in favor of doing that, I mean, it's a tough environment for those guys over there, and if something simple like that can be done inexpensively to make life a little better, then I say do it.
Yeah,